So picture this. Studio lights blazing, cameras humming, and veteran actress Cassi Davis stepping forward like a storm warning nobody believed. She leans in, voice steady, eyes fierce, and drops one sentence that flips Black Hollywood upside down. I watched Tyler Perry destroy lives, and I'm done pretending. Instant silence. Then phones explode. Tweets, reels, stitches. Everyone's scrambling because Cassi Davis's latest news isn't another sweet reunion rumor. It's a grenade. And the core of that blast? Kids in danger, rituals on set, and a billion-dollar brand wrapped in Sunday morning sermons. Now, imagine you're in that hallway. You hear laughter turn into crying, career promises morph into threats, and scripts tossed aside moments before action. You'd feel the temperature drop, right? That's the chill Cassi just poured into the public ear. This isn't a tabloid flutter. It's the foundation of the biggest Black-owned studio cracking in real time. And here's the stinger. Cassi swears she can prove every detail. So the question pounding the internet right now is simple. How did so much darkness hide behind Sunday school smiles and blockbuster premieres? And if Cassi knew for years what snapped in her soul and made her speak today? Keep listening, because in the next few minutes you'll learn which beloved scene was really a humiliation ritual, which rising teen star vanished after one shoot, and why this shockwave might drag Diddy back into the fire too. And before we're done, one secret studio memo, never meant for daylight, will surface right here. Ready to see what Hollywood truly costs? Grab a seat, the tape is rolling. Long before red carpet reporters chanted his name, Tyler Perry slept in a rusted Geo Metro parked behind an Atlanta grocery store. He scribbled play dialogue on diner napkins, sold tickets door to door, and promised church folks that faith would lift him higher. Within a decade, those napkins turned into a touring empire. By 2005, Medea's purse swung straight into movie history, and Hollywood called him a miracle. Success magazines plastered his rags to riches arc everywhere, from homeless dreamer to billionaire studio owner with Oprah on speed dial. Audiences cheered, pastors applauded, and big studios watched stunned as his faith-soaked scripts crushed box office charts. Every premiere looked like a Sunday service. Cassi Davis joined that juggernaut almost at the ground floor. Tyler spotted her comedic spark during a gospel play audition and cast her as the sharp-tongued but big-hearted Ella Payne in House of Pain. In living rooms across America, Ella's hugs stitched broken families, and Cassie's laughter felt like home. On screen, the set glowed with redemption, but once the cameras cut, Cassi watched a different movie, one where fear walked the halls. Missed paychecks surfaced, 16-hour shifts became normal, and Tyler's writer's room turned into a one-man throne. Scripts arrived typed, stamped, and final. No discussion allowed. Even then, Cassi stayed. Tyler called her family, flew her to red carpets, and let her name sit beside his in endless press junkets. Stability mattered. She was paying medical bills for relatives and tithing to her hometown church. So she ignored the pit in her stomach when teen extras whispered about late-night meetings. She laughed off rumors that background actors got hazed for speaking up. She prayed it was all gossip. Years rolled on, and the empire ballooned. Tyler Perry Studios sprawled over a former Confederate Army base, symbolizing triumph. A-listers rented soundstages, presidents hosted debates there, and the media crowned Tyler the king of positive Black storytelling. Meanwhile, Cassie's private notebook filled with moments that felt anything but positive. Sudden script flip-flops, unexplained character rewrites, staff turnover so high the security guards stopped learning names. Yet she held her post, believing loyalty would protect everyone. Then filming began on the Paynes. That's where Cassi Davis's latest news actually started, though nobody knew it yet. The vibe on that set bent from hectic to hostile overnight. Tyler barked orders through walkie-talkies, schedules shifted hourly, and nervous interns dashed across the lot clutching rewritten pages still warm from the printer. One afternoon, Cassi watched a new teen actor, grinning because this was his big break, leave the wardrobe trailer in tears. What had changed? Only the entire direction of his character, now slapped with mature themes he'd never rehearsed. No warning, no support coach, just action. By rap day, she faced a choice. Stay quiet and dance at the party, or speak and risk exile. She chose survival for the moment, but secrets ferment, and silence has a price. This background isn't gossip. It's the stage on which today's explosion stands. And the spotlight is about to swing hard. The day Cassi finally snapped started like any other pickup scene on the Paynes. Call sheet said 6 a.m. The first shot didn't roll until noon because Tyler Perry rewrote a full episode overnight. Crew members crept around set pieces, whispering that a new ritual scene, not in any earlier draft, had been added. Cassi read the pages and felt her stomach knot. The storyline forced a teenage character to confess a fake sin to an older male mentor while candles flickered in the background. No counselor, no closed set, no parent rep. Just cameras, a nervous kid, and a director demanding tears on take one. She confronted Tyler in the hallway, voice low to avoid echo. He smiled, quoted scripture about obedience, and walked away. That's when her mental tape recorder clicked on for good. Every odd interaction she had brushed off came roaring back. Background boys told to stay after rap, adult staff barred from the soundstage during special coaching, and payout envelopes exchanged in unlit corridors. If Tyler Perry's scandal update were a movie montage, those moments would be the jump cuts that build dread. Weeks later, a bruising rumor surfaced. One of the younger actors had quit after a closed-door rehearsal left him shaken. People said he was spotted leaving studios with his mother, both crying. Production issued a bland statement about creative differences and pressed forward. But Cassie saw the truth in his eyes. Fear carried home in daylight. She took notes, dates, names. She knew nobody else could risk it. At the same time, Tyler's public image soared. He announced a historic studio expansion, toured Oprah through new soundstages, and preached empowerment at megachurches. Meanwhile, extras waited months for final checks. One night, Cassie found a wardrobe assistant sobbing because her rent was overdue and accounting wouldn't answer calls. Yet the studio gift shop sold Dream Big hoodies for $50. The contradiction gnawed at Cassie's conscience. Then came the closed-circuit parties. Emails circulated among select cast sections. The subject line simply read, Night of Fellowship. The location was always off campus. Phones surrendered at the door. NDAs signed in antechambers. Cassie never went, but morning chatter told stories. Underage performers serving drinks, bizarre trust exercises involving blindfolds, chants that mirrored dialogue from Tyler's new series Ruthless. When Cassie questioned a production coordinator, she got a tight smile and the phrase, trust the process. Process? It sounded like grooming disguised as branding. She decided to test the waters. During a press junket, she casually dropped, people would be shocked if they saw the real studio culture. Cameras cut. Publicists swarmed. Tyler pulled her aside later, voice silk over steel. If she valued longevity, she'd mind what she revealed. That warning confirmed everything. Cassi Davis's latest news was growing inside her like a ticking clock, waiting for a microphone. Outside the studio, storm clouds gathered. Jaguar Wright posted a live stream accusing Tyler of embedding humiliation rituals in scripts. Blogs resurfaced old allegations of blacklisted writers. A casting director leaked emails showing pay scale discrepancies that undercut union minimums. Each headline splashed but faded, until Diddy re-entered the picture. Photos emerged of Tyler Perry leaving Diddy's mansion after a notorious all-male freak-off. Reporters asked for comment. Tyler's camp called it a harmless business meeting. Cassie remembered stories from crew drivers about limousine runs at 3 a.m. business. At that hour rarely involved spreadsheets. The pattern sharpened. Faith rhetoric by day, explicit power games by night, and anyone who questioned the mismatch vanished from credits. Tyler defended himself on a morning show, quoting Psalm 105 and calling detractors distracted by the enemy. But backstage, he allegedly sped up non-disclosure paperwork and added morality clauses giving him final say over public statements. Those clauses effectively gagged an entire workforce. Still, Cassie compiled her file. She screenshot call sheets with suspicious time blocks, saved messages from actors thanking her for comfort after unexplained late shoots, and recorded an audio memo the night a minor was sent reshoot pages loaded with adult innuendo. Her breaking point hit when that same minor's mother begged production for counseling resources and was offered a gift card to the studio cafeteria instead. No therapist, no apology. Tyler Perry's scandal update pressured executives, but the public never saw the filings. Settlements hushed lawsuits, arbitration clauses sealed depositions. Yet inside the gates, nervous laughter died out. People avoided eye contact in hallways. Security badges deactivated overnight for anyone who asked HR too many questions. The entire campus felt like a megachurch turned haunted house. To protect herself, Cassie copied her evidence to a cloud folder labeled Matthew 10 verse 27. What's whispered in the dark will be shouted from the rooftops. She booked a podcast appearance with journalist Kendra Holt and dropped the teaser heard round the world. I stood in rooms where Tyler Perry's power silenced children. Within an hour, TMZ vans lined the gate, and the phrase Cassi Davis's latest news trended worldwide. Tyler's lawyers fired a cease and desist that same afternoon. But the toothpaste was out. Former crew flooded Holt's inbox. An assistant director confirmed the candle ritual scene. A payroll clerk validated late checks. For parents described chaperone rules waived on set. Screenshots poured in, each one tightening the narrative. Holt's team stitched together a timeline. Script changes that sexualized minors aligned with private parties. Disciplinary notices always hit whistleblowers first. Pay irregularities peaked during hush periods. The pattern shouted intent, not accident. Networks panicked. One streamer quietly pulled a Tyler series from its landing page. A family advocacy nonprofit drafted a public letter calling for investigation. Celebrity pastors distanced themselves with polite, "We are praying for everyone" tweets. And fans? They felt betrayed. Comment sections filled with disbelief. How could the man who preached forgiveness orchestrate fear? How deep did the rabbit hole go? Would he answer publicly or launch another Medea sequel to drown the noise? While headlines swirled, Cassie carried something heavier, guilt. She replayed years of pep talks she gave young actors, telling them the chaos was normal. She wondered whether quicker action might have saved broken spirits. That guilt fueled her next move. She called a press conference at a community center, not a flash hotel ballroom. 30 reporters squeezed into folding chairs. Cassie read a 14-page statement, each sentence ending in a documented fact or time-stamped photo. At the end, she asked, if Tyler Perry built the biggest black studio in Hope, why does working there feel like surviving a storm? The room sat frozen, answerless. An hour later, #boycott TPS trended. Sponsors paused ad campaigns. Talk shows canceled scheduled cast appearances. The governor's office, once proud of the studio's jobs, announced a labor review. Tyler responded with a video shot on his prayer garden bench, denying wrongdoing and citing a demonic attack on excellence. Body language analysts pointed to his clenched jaw and lack of eye contact. Public perception tilted. Meanwhile, Diddy's name resurfaced when an event planner claimed the NDA she signed for his parties matched the template used for Tyler's Night of Fellowship. Copy-paste evidence hit social media. Attorneys smelled blood in the water. Cassie didn't cheer. She booked therapy for herself and arranged pro bono sessions for past extras. She met with parents, contacted unions, and pushed for child safety reforms. Her mission wasn't revenge, it was repair. But she remained clear. Accountability starts at the top. That's why she keeps repeating the 3 words nobody can ignore. Tyler Perry's scandal update. Every time she says it, executives twitch, investors flinch, watchdogs dig. And each dig unearths fresh bones. We are now in the present, watching an empire choke on its own smoke. Court dates hover. Stockholders grumble. A once untouchable mogul spends mornings drafting statements instead of scripts. Will the empire survive, or will the same microphone that built his brand broadcast its collapse live? That answer sits in the evidence cloud Cassie keeps backed up in 3 countries. 1 click from public view. And here's the cliffhanger. A sealed deposition rumored to name 2 Grammy winners, and an Atlanta politician is scheduled for review next week. You want that bombshell? Stay tuned. Before that hearing even starts, longtime set medic Joyce Alvarez has vowed to hand over medical logs showing a spike in panic attack treatment during seasons 3 and 4 of The Pains. She claims the logs document at least 12 minors requiring oxygen after being pushed into emotional scenes without preparation. If those papers surface, they will tie negligence directly to the call sheets Tyler personally signed. Tyler Perry insists all incidents were handled with Christian compassion, yet the logs allegedly show requests for licensed counselors repeatedly denied. Combine that with a leaked email where an executive writes gift cards are cheaper than therapists, and the picture gains brutal clarity. So when you ask how solid Cassie's case looks, remember that paper trail. And ask yourself, if one memo is this cold, what does the unseen archive reveal? Drop your guess in the comments. Do we finally see the full archive, or does another legal wall slam shut? Audiences did not sit quietly once the curtain lifted. Within minutes of Cassie's statement, watchdog hashtags soared past Super Bowl traffic. Church mothers who once praised Tyler Perry's good clean stories posted shocked emojis and asked if prayers could heal corporate sin. Film school kids dissected every frame of Ruthless, mapping its cult rituals against leaked set stories. Parents who dreamed their children would audition at Tyler Perry Studios yanked applications and demanded industry safeguards. Which side do you believe history will honor? Those who stood up or those who stayed silent? Oprah's network issued a 2-line note supporting truth and transparency, a polite way to keep distance while ratings committees watched. A-list actors who once begged for Tyler's blessing ghosted his calls. Streaming platforms quietly retagged his shows with disclaimers about mature themes. Still, the clicks poured in, because scandal sells. Fans argued in comment wars. Was Cassie a hero or a traitor? Did Tyler Perry raise an industry or rig a trap? Where do you stand? Share your take below. Should an artist's work be separated from the harm it caused? Journalists found their angle fast. They looped footage of Cassie hugging extras beside images of Tyler laughing with Diddy on yachts. Contrasts amplify outrage. One late-night host joked that Tyler's Bible verses now need footnotes. Twitter threads annotated every instance of adult-child power imbalance across his catalog. Recontextualization became a sport. Inside production circles, fear shifted sides. Crew who once tiptoed around Tyler's authority now worried silence marked them complicit. Editors leaked raw take timestamps showing children crying before directors yelled cut. An effects supervisor posted a redacted invoice proving candles on the ritual scene were ordered from an occult prop supplier. Evidence threads braided together. And remember, every new drip ramps the algorithm. YouTube commentators slice Cassi Davis's latest news into bite-sized clips, each repeating the keywords Tyler Perry's scandal update to ride SEO waves. The more they repeat it, the higher the story climbs. So ask yourself again, if this much proof is public, what's hidden in sealed court records? Comment with the one question you would ask Tyler face-to-face. The shockwaves also hit Atlanta's economy. Local caterers who relied on studio contracts voiced anger at losing steady income, yet admitted relief that overdue invoices might finally get attention. City council members weighed tax breaks previously awarded to Tyler's campus. One aide leaked a memo proposing clawbacks if labor violations stick. Entertainment lawyers on TikTok Live streamed statute explanations, predicting that Tyler Perry's scandal update could trigger a domino of civil suits. Do you think collective lawsuits will force faster change than public outcry alone? Drop a yes or no. And remember, silence is a stance too. Every share pushes this story further, and every comment etches a record executives can't erase. Here's the part nobody saw coming. Hidden inside Tyler Perry Studios is a private museum called the Legacy Vault. Most visitors assume it's a tribute to Black cinematic history. In reality, staff say it doubles as a trophy room for props tied to milestones, some inspiring, others unsettling. One shelf allegedly holds the original script, where a teen character was flipped from comic relief to sexual pawn overnight. Another displays the candle holder from that infamous ritual scene, wax still melted down the stem. Everything is cataloged, barcoded, and locked behind biometric glass. Employees joke that it's a shrine. Cassie calls it evidence. Security protocols at the vault are extreme. A retina scanner wired directly to Tyler's office, plus silence agreements renewed every 90 days. According to maintenance records Cassie photographed, the display cases undergo fingerprint wipes twice weekly, even when the building reports no visitors. Why such caution? If those artifacts go missing, entire plot lines of Tyler Perry's scandal update lose physical proof. But the more interesting detail is the guest log. Names like Diddy, Kevin Hart, and even a former mayor appear beside half-hour private tours. What did they view, and what conversations followed those hushed walks? Again, solid fact, the log exists. Let's talk about set design. Tyler boasts about building real neighborhoods on his lot. Street signs, working shops, even fake churches function as usable spaces. During downtime, interns roam those streets shooting TikToks. Cassie noticed certain street names repeat numbers significant to occult texts: 23rd, 33rd, 77th. Coincidence? Maybe, but an internal email instructs painters never to change those signs. Tie that to the repeated cult themes in Ruthless, and you start seeing deliberate breadcrumbs. Now, food trivia with sharp edges. Crew meals once featured cupcakes branded with Tyler's favorite Bible verse. After Cassie raised concerns about minor safety, the cupcakes were replaced by plain cookies. Same recipe, no branding. A chef confirmed the switch order came from upstairs the day HR requested a vulnerability audit. Image control down to dessert. Another gem. The studio's famed chapel stage contains a hidden trapdoor leading to a rehearsal bunker originally built as a tornado shelter. Cassie found updated blueprints showing the space rewired last year for LED mood lighting and camera mounts. Set decorators list it as an immersive coaching chamber. Actors who trained there report leaving in tears. Cassie's conclusion? The chamber served as a psychological pressure cooker. File that under Tyler Perry's scandal update, version 3. Finally, financial quirks. Payroll software auto-rounds wages down to the nearest minute, not the usual quarter hour. Across months, that shaved hours off checks, verifiable theft masked as efficiency. When Cassie confronted accounting, she was told the system couldn't change without Tyler's direct code key. Translation, the boss knew. And that's why she repeats it. Cassi Davis's latest news is about precedent. If a studio this massive can dock minutes, what else can it take? Ask yourself, would you sign a contract knowing even time itself gets edited? Could this be the tiniest line item hiding the biggest theft in Tyler Perry's scandal update? And there you have the unfiltered timeline. No myths, no mercy. We started with one actress stepping out of the shadows, and we ended with an empire staring down its own reflection. Tyler Perry's scandal update isn't a headline anymore. It's a live event unfolding in courtrooms, boardrooms, and your social feed right this second. Documents wait to drop. Victims are finding their voices, and the industry is bracing for a precedent that could rewrite on-set power forever. So where do you stand? Do you believe redemption is possible for a mogul after this much wreckage? Or is the only honest ending a complete teardown? Comment with your verdict, tag a friend who still thinks Hollywood halos are real, and share this video before it mysteriously errors out. Smash the like button if proof should always beat PR, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you don't miss part 2. Next Friday at 6 p.m. we unpack the sealed deposition and name every executive who signed off on the hush money. Stay loud, stay curious, and remember, every system falls the moment silence gets expensive. Until then, keep your screenshots handy. The internet never forgets, and neither should justice-hungry viewers like you.